Hello, hey, hi, what's up? My name is Waddles, and oh boy, have I got good news. Well, I guess good news for myself. I'm finally in the Bedrock Beta 1.11.0.1, and this is something that I am super excited about. I got to play around with it for a little while, and there are some really cool new things. Today we'll be taking a look at all of the new features in the Bedrock Beta 1.11, which is big. There's some really big villager stuff in this one. I'll leave a link to the tracking page for that massive startup crash bug so you guys can take a look at that. But if you enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. And just remember, be patient. If your thing is still crashing, it'll get fixed sooner or later. So, if you've seen one of my showcases, you know I like to lay out the things in the snapshots or the betas in a chest. So right here we have pretty much everything laid out. So, we have a lot of changes to villagers, which I think we'll get to near the end. I will leave timestamps down below. Then we have some changes to raiding and some changes to the newly named Ravager. And then all of these wonderful blocks have more things about them to know. So, I think we'll start with the Ravager. The Ravager was known as the Illager Beast before, and now is known as the Ravager. There are some new sounds and animations with this guy, which we will check out in a moment. But first, this is everything that the Ravager can break, including every sapling variant, every leaf variant, and every single flower variant. So what this means is if one of these things is around the Ravager, or where the Ravager is trying to walk, that thing will be broken, just kind of like the grass was there. Yep, so the Ravager will break all of those things on its path to destruction. So, yeah, don't try and put like a wall of pumpkins around your village and thinking that'll stop them, because it definitely won't stop anything. The Ravager will just plow right through it, break everything, and continue on its way. So, the Ravager. This guy has a few, The guy has a few new attacks. There is a brand new stun and roar attack, as well as a bite attack. So there's the bite. The Ravager is biting. I haven't heard the roar or the stun or anything like that quite yet, so I'm not too sure about all of that. But you can see the biting and just the evilness of this beast, and it seems to always catch up to the villagers, either because the villager wanders around or just because the speed is slightly higher than the villager. Ravagers can be ridden by pillagers and vindicators, and these guys will be a little more careful around dangerous blocks like sweet berry bushes. And yeah, I don't know what it is about this, but it's very interesting to watch these guys just kind of go at it and fight. But I think that's just about it for the Ravager. While we're on the note of the Ravager, I think it's a good idea to talk about this banner. I'm not sure if this banner was there before, but this is an item that can be found in the creative menu now. So if we type banner, we will find the Illager banner in here alongside all of the other banners, and it looks like even more patterns. I don't remember there being this many. So, let's move on to these items next and hammer all of these out, then we'll jump into the raid stuff and the village stuff. The composter now has functionality. The functionality of this block is identical to the Java edition. You throw crops in it, and eventually you'll get some bone meal put back out of it. Hoppers do not work with the composter quite yet, but they will eventually. The stonecutter now has its function as well. The stonecutter is really cool. This is a block that you can use to make variants of really anything, again, just like Java edition. So I have one stone in here, and then I can figure out, what I'm trying to craft. So let's say a stone slab, and craft that. Boom, there we go. So we turned one stone into 2 slabs. Now the amazing thing about this is stairs are cheaper now, so I can turn one stone into 1 stone stair, which is crazy. If you can recall, when you're crafting stairs, you would take 6 stone for 4 stairs, so you get more output out of this thing. One pet peeve that I have is the fact that we can make stone bricks straight out of stone. I'm not a big fan of that. I wish we had to make stone first, and then we could make all of these stone variants, but it is what it is, and it's okay. That's just me being picky, but that's what the stone cutter is all about. This is going to work for your stone-based blocks. What that means is wood is a no-go. You cannot put wood in here and craft wood stairs and wood fences and things like that. You'll need stone, cobblestone, that type of thing. And to be clear, that type of thing does include granite, andesite, and the nasty, nasty diorite, among other blocks. The cartography table now has its function and UI implemented as well. Interestingly, we have a little question mark here, which takes us right to the creative menu here. But this is for the loom, if you look closely. So I don't know. And that is, of course, the case on the stone cutter as well as some of these other blocks, which is kind of neat. But the cartography table is not about the loom at all, believe it or not. With the cartography table, players can duplicate, expand, and even lock maps. So we have, a made map, and we throw it in there, and then we can rename it if we'd like, or we can go ahead and put an empty map, and then we have a copy map. And so the map will be copied, and I'll have we have two identical copies of the same map, right? Now, let's say, I really love this map and it's special to me, so I'd like to lock it. Well, take a glass pane and you can throw it in and you would be able to lock it. However, that's not quite implemented over here yet. I'm sure this will be implemented sooner or later, but this is a Java functionality right now. So you could use this for maybe duplicating a treasure map and then locking one so you have the unfilled in original, and then you can use the other one to go find the treasure. The sweet berry bush now has some new sounds. Problem is, I don't know which sounds are new and which aren't. Here's the sound. I'm not sure if that's the new sound or what, because, I play on both versions of the game, so I hear one thing and I've already heard it. So, new sounds. The lectern's functionality, or more of it, is now implemented. So previously, we could throw books on the lectern and read them, but now we can use those books to send out a redstone signal that is based on the page that you are on in the book. Now, this is going to work a little different than Java Edition because we can see 2 pages here, so not a direct conversion, but things seem to be pretty similar here in terms of the signal that is being outputted. Now, you could use this in a whole variety of ways. I've covered this quite a bit. You can make machines and farms and on-off switches and, just a lot of things. And I really do enjoy this functionality of the lectern. So to make this all work, you'll need to put a comparator right behind the lectern. And then, you can do the signal. And of course, you can put a block in between the lectern and the comparator, like this. And then, So that'll work too. In terms of sounds again, new lantern sounds. The grindstone now has its functionality. I'm not sure why there's no question mark on this one. The other blocks do have that little informational bit, but not the grindstone. But you're in luck because I'm here. I'll show you what it does. So, with the grindstone, you can repair items now. You can no longer do that in your menu. So, if I want to fix the bow up, I can take a damaged one and then, another damaged one or a perfect one and fix things up. Or you can take sharpness 5 off your wooden sword, and that goes for any other enchantments. When you do this, you'll be rewarded with a little bit of XP. I'm not sure if you heard that there, but I did get some experience for disenchanting the item. You don't get that enchantment back, though, so if you remove sharpness 5 from your sword, you're not going to get a book or anything like that. It's gone forever, so just be careful with what you're doing here. And like the other blocks, this functionality is identical to the Java Edition's functionality. The barrel's functionality is now implemented as well. The barrel is basically another storage option. The cool thing about the barrel is the fact that you can place other blocks on top of it and still open it. So bottom barrel, right? And we'll put a dirt block or a grass block inside of it. Then we can close it, right? And we can still interact with it, of course, as we did when we put the block in. So what I'm getting at here is you could totally make like storage walls with these barrels, like an entire wall. No need for like the chest and like, saving blocks above it and everything. Like this works. This is crazy. This is really, really cool. And the thing looks nice as well. Unfortunately, there's no way to like do a double barrel or anything like that. It will always be a single chest. This is the same amount of space as a chest. The campfire's functionality is now implemented as well in this beta, so we can use the campfire to cook things up just like on the Java edition. You'll have to be patient. This will kind of cook over time, and then the food will just kind of pop right off of the thing. We can use hay bales to extend the smoke, so just kind of take note of how high up the smoke is going, and then if we swap out the block below it for a hay bale, the smoke will start to go even higher up into the air, slowly but surely. You see it's going much, much higher than it was before. And here we go, the food pops off, just like that, so now we can pick it up and eat it if we were in survival or into eating the food. And the tool of choice to break the campfire is going to be the axe. If you use an axe to break a campfire, it will break faster. One final block thing here, and honestly, I'm not sure if this is a thing on Java Edition. We do have the bell and the noises. The noise is identical to Java, but we can also play the noise with a redstone signal. So what that means is you could totally do something like this. So here's the front door to my house, and I want people to ring the doorbell before I come in. So that's kind of cool. I'm, again, not sure if that's a thing on Java. I'll definitely have to test that out. But yeah, so you can activate the bell with redstone, and you can actually activate the bell by shooting it as well, which is really, really cool. That's really awesome. We can totally use the bell for like some kind of arrow target practice game, because you can hear, you know, from pretty far away if you hit the bell or not, which I am not. And the smithing table and the fletching table still both have no uses over here as well, so no hints as to what these blocks are going to be doing. But I think it's about time we find a village and talk about the new villager stuff. So here we are in a brand new village. Now, we need to talk to a villager, of course, to check this out. So here we go. This whole UI is entirely different. I'm sure this is what we'll see, or similar to something that we'll see on Java sooner or later. So we can see the trades right here. This villager is a level 1 villager, and we can potentially do any of these trades. As you can see down here, we have level 2 apprentice trades, but they're locked. I can't, trade many emeralds for this fishing rod quite yet. I'll need to unlock this trade by trading with the villager, as per usual, to get that trade. So this guy wants some cod and some emeralds, so we'll go ahead and trade for that, and boom, we just maxed out his experience. So we'll close it, and the particle effect will play, and then when we go back into this villager, we now have that level 2 trade unlocked, and we can take a look and see what this fishing rod was. So you can kind of get a really, really nice preview of the villager trades that they'll be trading. Now, do I like that? I don't know if that's my favorite thing, but to be fair, you do kind of already have an idea as to what these traders will be, offering, as long as you kind of, just know about the villagers a little bit. So we'll unlock his level 2 trades, and then we can see now his experience is 1 out of 2 because he has more levels. So we'll need to trade again for something to get another experience into this guy, and we're getting experience still too as well. And then when we go back into the busy farmer, we have our level 3 journeyman trades and experience 2 out of 3. So again, we would trade with him again. He's maxed out. We give it another moment and follow the farmer, and then we can go in and we have our level 4 expert trades unlocked. So the experience is now maxed out. That's how that all works. That's pretty much the same, but we just have this brand new menu UI thing going on here, which is kind of cool. Now, it doesn't seem that there will be any more secret trades or anything like that, so you can literally go and look at the villager and see all of the trades laid out. Again, like I said, I like it, but I don't. If you do think about it, though, in terms of like a librarian, there's no way of knowing what the other trades will be. We'll just see an enchanted book on the guy, so, everything's not spoiled. Villagers also now have jobs that are tied to the job-related block. So the job-related block in the farmer's case is going to be the composter. The job-related block in the fisherman's case is going to be the barrel, and so on. I could definitely do an in-depth video on that if you were looking for it. Now, what that all means is that the villager will be tied to one of those blocks. So this fisherman is tied to a fishing barrel that is somewhere in this town. That's kind of controlling his profession. Now, if we remove that fishing barrel, this villager can claim a new block that is unclaimed and switch jobs. So villagers can change jobs and change trades. One thing that I didn't show off too well in the last 1.10 beta is the fact that villagers can now sleep as well, which we will get back around to. I think this is the barrel controlling that fisherman villager, by the way, because he kind of keeps wandering back over to it. So that's my hunch, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Now, if the villagers do not have access to their workstation blocks, so for example, the barrel in this guy's case, the trades may become unavailable. That means if we lock this villager up in like a trading hall or something, eventually the trades will be cut off. There is a supply and demand system going on here, which is really crazy. I believe prices can change too, depending on the demand and the supply of items. So if there is a high supply, prices should go down, and if there is a low supply, prices should go up. There is an inverse relationship with that. That's just some economic stuff, though. We're not going to get into economics too much. Don't punch him. Don't worry about the economics. We're not going to get into it. Now, this whole economy system is still in progress, so things will change, more development will happen, that type of thing. So, kind of interesting, there's definitely going to be a huge change in terms of villager trading halls and things like that. We'll need to now allow the villager to work or have access to its working related block, and then I'm sure we'll need to allow the villagers to sleep as well, so things have just gotten way more complicated, but I mean, we already kind of knew that was coming with this update. That was the point of the update, redoing the villagers, so overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I like it. Now, I think we should flip the time. Well, how about this? We give this guy a bed, and then we'll flip the time over to the nighttime to see if this guy will sleep. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to prefer a bed inside or outside, so I'm kind of looking to figure that part out as well. So, here we go. Time, set, night. Now, we should see these villagers wander inside whenever they realize that it's nighttime, and they're going to want to go somewhere. Where'd the other guy go? Aha. So, are you gonna just, will you? Aha, this guy is, going to be moved inside. Are you going to be interested in the bed? You should probably sleep. All right, well, no sleeping villagers, so that's a bummer. This guy does have a bed, and this one doesn't seem to know how to interact with the door. The stuff is a little buggy still, just keep that all in mind. But yeah, so just keep in mind that villagers can sleep, things are still changing, and you need to now allow the villagers to do whatever their job is from time to time, or trades just aren't going to happen. Now, unfortunately, we need to kind of torment the village a little bit for this final part. There have been some changes to the raid mechanics. So we have the bad omen and we head into the village, and then I'm sure eventually a raid should be triggered. Things are a little buggy still. Any raid? No? Well, you see, the raid isn't cooperating. I've left the village, I've come back, but basically there's a new horn sound that plays when the raid is starting, and there is a brand new effect tied to the raid that is the Hero of the Village effect. Illagers and Ravagers won't kill baby villagers, which is pretty nice, and then there is a placeholder explosion sound to indicate that the raid has been defeated. I wanted to show off all of that kind of stuff, but unfortunately it's not cooperating, so just imagine an explosion. So that's just about it for the 1.11 beta over on the Bedrock edition. The villager stuff is the big takeaway from this one. Everything else is pretty much things that we've seen before for the most part. What do you think about this new villager system? Do you like it or do you hate it? I absolutely do plan on covering it a whole lot more and testing some stuff out, so keep your eyes out for that. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. In the description, you can find, of course, timestamps to parts of this video if you're looking to go back, as well as my links, like a link to my Twitter or my Patreon if you want to support me directly. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.